Today on Dubious Stew, you're matching every Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track with its own individual character. The criteria I'm using is that every single character in the base game and DLC will be utilized. This also includes not only the original form of the character, but the female character's bike outfits and the multicolored versions of Yoshi, Shy Guy, and Birdo. Mii's will also be used on this list to fill in the gaps, since there are more tracks than available characters, even despite using alternate costumes and colors. A special list will be provided at the end of the video for all of the battle maps. To start off, we'll be going through the Mushroom Cup. Our first track is the Mario Kart Stadium. For this one, I picked Pink Gold Peach, Biker Edition. Pink Gold Peach, in my opinion, is the most generic Mario Kart character made specifically for this game, so I felt it fitting that she would be in the Mario Kart exclusive track. Keep in mind, this is a Mario Kart track, not a Mario track. For the next track, we have the Water Park. This one I had a little trouble picking characters for, so I had to get creative. I used the purple Inkling Boy. Reason for this is the Splatoon characters have a lot of water gun inspired weapons, and there are a lot of purple highlights in this one that match up. I also thought it was kind of funny that the Inklings kind of die in water, so putting them in a water park was kind of funny. For Sweet Sweet Canyon, I picked Pink Yoshi. Pink fits very well with the candy theme, and Yoshi fits well with the food. Swamp Ruins, the hardest level for me to select something for. I eventually ended up picking Light Blue Shy Guy. 1, because Shy Guy is a basic enemy, so is a Thwomp. And 2, the light blue fit nicely with the sky background. Moving on to the Flower Cup, we go to Mario's Circuit. This is the easiest choice for me, Mario. This is the Mario Circuit for Mario Kart 8. It just makes sense.
It works. It just works.
For Toad Harbor, I've selected Toadette. She fits this track, not only being a toad, but also for aesthetic reasons. There are several pink-roofed buildings, and she feels like she would fit really well walking in along the bazaar, or walk along the pier. Twisted Mansion. The obvious choice, Luigi, the Master of Mansions. I think that's what his official title is. Oddly enough, there are no Luigi named tracks in Mario Kart 8, so I felt the best option was picking something that comes from his series. For Shy Guy Falls, we have the dark blue Shy Guy. He's featured a lot more than the other colors of Shy Guys, and I felt like the more prominent red Shy Guy actually fits better on a different track. Moving on to the Star track, we head straight to Sunshine Airport. Here, I've selected Baby Bowser. Since his debut game was in Mario Sunshine, and literally the first time Mario interacts with him is at the Sunshine Airstrip, I felt like this track just clicks. Dolphin Shoals, where I have my first use of a Mii costume in the Dolphin one. This fits extremely well, so well I could not get a different character to swap in its place. And being so many tracks, this one I have to sparingly use a Mii for. For the Electrodome, I picked the green Inkling Girl. Inklings and Splatfest and the music and all of that really fit well with the Electrodome's vibe of the dancing and the lights. Also, the green color of her hair goes really well with the purple and the green lighting in the background. Mount Wario. Oddly enough, I did not pick Wario for this one. I believe he's better suited for a different level. So instead, I got a substitute, Yellow Birdo. Being a villain type character, yellow coloring, curvy physique with some attitude can be a decent replacement for Wario in a pinch. To start the Special Cup, we have Cloud Top Cruise. For this one, I selected Biker Rosalina. The reasons for this is that Cloud Top Cruise has a lot of Mario Galaxy / Mario Galaxy 2 inspired themes with the vines and the clouds and the airships. But not only that, this track specifically plays the themes from Mario Galaxy. Bone Dry Tunes, Bone Dry Bowser. He was picked over Dry Bone's character since his skull is literally in the map. For Bowser's Castle, who else but King Koopa himself? This is literally his house. For the Mario Kart 8 exclusive Rainbow Road, I've selected the Samus Mii costume. The reason for this is that this Rainbow Road is the most un-Mario looking in my mind. It really feels technologically advanced, which is prime real estate for Metroid. Starting off the Shell Cup is Moo Moo Meadows. The most obvious choice was the Moo Cow Mii costume. I wish the cow was in this one. We'll have to wait till Mario Kart World to get to play him, I guess. Game Boy Advance Mario Circuit. I selected Baby Mario for this one for several reasons. One, he is a Mario. Fits that Mario Circuit slot. Secondly, this level has an overall toy kind of theme. There's these blocks all over that feel kind of like Legos, and the ramps on some parts are actually held up by these old Nintendo toys, which are these extendo arms. DS Cheap Beach. I picked a Cheap Mii. I hated doing this, but it looks the best, but I really don't like this Mii costume for some reason. N64 Toad's Turnpike. Peachette was picked due to the fact she's technically a Toadette, wearing a special crown. And two, the biker suit kind of fits that nighttime driving aesthetic. I'm thinking of like Tron Legacy or something, one of those kind of scenes in a movie, you're like weaving between traffic. It fits. As we start to unpeel the Banana Cup, we go to GameCube Dry Desert. The Pokemii was picked due to him being almost exclusively found in this track only. For the SNES Donut Plains, I selected Morton Jr., since that was the level he was featured in on Super Mario World. In 64, Royal Raceway, I selected the regular version of Peach. Her aesthetic fits this level extremely well. Her castle's featured. The level is almost entirely pink.
Yo, bro, I heard you like pink, so we gave you some more pink with your pink inside the pink.
The 3DS DK Jungle, I picked Diddy Kong. This level features a lot of beats similar to the Donkey Kong Country and Country Returns series. You see a golden temple, you see the house for DK and Diddy, and it just kind of felt like Diddy Kong fit that Donkey Kong Country vibe a little closer than some of the other Kongs in this game.
Moving on to the Leaf Cup, we have Wario Stadium. Another easy decision for a matchup, Wario himself. Next we'll move on to Sherbert Land. This one was a little difficult, but I felt Birdo was a good choice. First, this is a Double Dash level, which Birdo's first Mario Kart debut. Secondly, in Mario 2, Birdo is often seen in levels that are icy like this. In addition, this Freezy character is seen in a lot of games that Birdo is also exclusively seen in, like the Sports and Party series. For Music Park, I picked Ludwig van Koopa, since he's based on Ludwig van Beethoven, the famous pianist. For N64 Yoshi Valley, I picked the White Yoshi, because he looks like the big old white eggs rolling around in this level. Rolling on to the Lightning Cup, we have DS Tick-Tock Clock. I picked Peach for this one due to the fact that Tick-Tock Clock is seen in Mario 64 and Peach's Castle as one of the paintings, but also of the gears and pendulum is reminding me of her pink gold metallic nature. For 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, I've selected Red Birdo. One, the red color of Birdo is similar to the Piranha Plant. Two, Red Birdo is seen in Mario 2 frequently as an enemy, especially in those later levels that are heavily pipe themed. We Grumble Volcano. I selected Black Birdo primarily because the dark color reminded me of volcanic ash. For N64 Rainbow Road, I've selected Biker Outfit Princess Peach. Unlike some of the other Rainbow Roads, this one happens to be over the Mushroom Kingdom, which Princess Peach is the ruler of. Biker outfit also looks good with the nighttime. Moving on to the Egg Cup, we have the GameCube Yoshi Circuit. To me, this is a very easy choice. Green Yoshi. The island literally looks like him. Excite Bike Arena. I had to get creative with this one. I selected Sonic Mii costume. The ramps of the Excite Bike game series are reminiscent of the ramps on Sonic Hedgehog with the Green Hill Zone. Figure it's close enough. For Dragon Driftway, I chose Lakitu, since he is featured heavily in this track and even has a statue. For Mute City from F-Zero, I picked the Captain Falcon Mii costume.
Show me your moves!
On to the Triforce Cup, where we have Wario's Gold Mine. Since Wario was already used for his own stadium, I selected Gold Mario. SNES Rainbow Road, I selected Kamek. One, because the rainbow color fits his magical spells and wands, the things he uses. The other thing is this particular Rainbow Road just has a very eerie vibe. It reminds me a lot of some of the Mario Galaxy levels that had Kamek in them. For Ice Outpost, I selected the light green Inkling Boy. This is because of the two different colors on the tracks. It reminds me of the Splatoon matches with the two paint colors going up against each other. For Hyrule Circuit, I selected Link in the traditional green hero costume. This Hyrule that's used seems more like a classic Hyrule, and I feel like the classic green fits better. On to the Leaf Cup with Baby Park. Baby Luigi was selected since he is featured in this level quite a bit. For Cheese Land, I selected the Chain Chomp Mii costume, since the Chain Chomps are featured heavily in this level. For Wild Woods, I've selected Green Shy Guy. Not only does his green coloring work well with the trees and the leaves, Shy Guys are heavily featured and even have their mask printed on the track. For the Animal Crossing level, I've selected Isabelle. I feel this is an obvious choice since she's kind of a mascot for this series, and she works for the town hall. Entering the Bell Cup, we have Neo Bowser City. I selected the Black Yoshi. Bowser Jr. or Baby Bowser is often an enemy of Yoshi. Dark sky and nighttime vibe with the rain looks really good with his dark coloring. GBA Ribbon Road. I selected Animal Crossing Boy Villager character. That's because this track looks a lot like a room that you would design in Animal Crossing. For Super Bell Subway, I've selected Cat Peach. This is because the Super Bell provides the cat power-up, and there really aren't any other Mario 3D Land inspired tracks in this game. Big Blue. Now this might seem like an odd choice, but I have selected the Star Fox Mii costume. The background of Big Blue looks a lot like Corneria. We are now entering the DLC Deluxe Booster Pass courses. There'll be a lot of really interesting picks and had to really kind of stretch to fit some of these. For the Golden Dash Cup, we have Paris Promenade. For this one, I've selected the White Shy Guy, since he's often depicted as a chef, and a lot of promotional material he was used with Paris. Toad Circuit, Toad. For N64 Choco Mountain, I've selected the Orange Birdo. This is because Birdo is often in Mario 2 on high up areas shooting eggs and things, and reminds me of the giant boulders being flung at you. Wii Coconut Mall. I selected Orange Yoshi since Mario Sunshine was the first game that you could play in Orange Yoshi. Moving on to the Lucky Cat Cup, we have Tokyo Blur. I've selected the Orange Inkling Girl since Ingopolis is heavily based on Tokyo, Japan. For Shroom Ridge, I have selected the Goomba Mii costume. Goombas are a type of mushroom character, and Shroom Ridge just kind of feels more Goomba-like with the green rolling hills in the flat areas. Feels like a good place to run over a Goomba with your car. GBA Sky Garden. I selected, I had no idea what these were called, a Parabitty-Bud Mii costume. They are seen in this level quite a bit, and they fit well. Ninja Hideaway. I've selected the Pink Shy Guy. 1, pink of the outfit matches the cherry blossoms. 2, the Pink Shy Guy is often seen in promotional material as a ninja. To the Turnip Cup with New York Minute. I selected Pauline since her original game was based in Brooklyn, but not only that, New Donk City is heavily based off of New York, and there are a lot of references to the old Donkey Kong game in this level as well. Mario Circuit 3. Tanuki Mario was picked because the background of this horse is heavily inspired by the Mario 3 game, which Tanuki Mario was first seen in, Calamari Desert. I picked the orange Shy Guy because the orange color looks well with the canyon background, and Shy Guys are often seen as train conductors. For Waluigi Pinball, I selected Lemmy the Koopaline. His rainbow hair fits the neon lights. Lemmy typically seen bouncing around on some big ball. Propeller Cup, I selected the yellow Yoshi. Australia is known for its exotic animals and crocodiles and lizards, and Yoshi fits in that category. The yellow color also fits the coloring of this level. GBA Snowland, dark blue Birdo. She looks like a penguin. For Mushroom Gorge, I selected Peachette with the dress. Peachette, technically being a toad, goes well with the mushroom theme. And this track with bouncing on the mushrooms reminds me of the game that Peachette comes from. For Sky High Sundae, I went with the Ice Cream Me costume. Moving on to the Rock Cup, we have the London Tour. I went with the Black Shy Guy. He looks really good with this foggy, old London feel, thinking Sherlock Holmes, Jack the Ripper. Kind of morbid, but it works. GBA Boo Lake. The obvious choice? The king of all boos. Rock Mountain was one of my hardest levels to pick a character for. I eventually settled on Dark Blue Yoshi since the background very similar to levels from New Super Mario Bros. And other Mario games where you can ride on Yoshi, and the flying segments remind me of Yoshi's ability to fly or flutter jump. Maple Tree Way, I selected Wiggler since he's in this level. On to the Moon Cup, we have Berlin Byways. Initially, I was really unsure how I was going to fit some of these real world locations and match them with Mario characters. Then I remembered, and Mario is missing, Mario goes to a lot of real world locations, including Berlin. And who does he meet there? Wendy Koopa. For Peach Gardens, I picked Baby Peach. As a Peach-themed level, Peach Gardens matches well with Baby Peach. You can easily imagine her being pushed around by Toadsworth in her little baby carriage. Merry Mountain. I picked the Red Shy Guy. His red and white theming look very Christmassy, and Shy Guys are featured in this level. 3DS Rainbow Road. I picked the Peakman Me costume since all of Mar's ship is actually seen in this level, or at least referenced heavily. On to the Fruit Cup, Amsterdam Drift. Again, Mario is missing, comes in clutch. Iggy is in Amsterdam in that game. Riverside Park. Red Yoshi was selected. Again, for aesthetic choices, this feels like a place Yoshi's would be at. For DK Summit, I selected Funky Kong. Funky Kong is often seen with the surfboard, so the transition from surfboard to snowboard is not that hard.
From the surf to the snow, he only knows one way to go.
Yoshi's Island. I selected the light blue Yoshi. Aesthetically, the light blue coloring looks really good in all parts of this level, and light blue Yoshi is one of the Yoshi yarn colors. Our next cup is the Boomerang Cup with Bangkok Rush. I selected the motorbike Daisy since Daisy was used heavily in the promotional material for Bangkok, and she has a special Bangkok outfit on Mario Kart Tour. Next is the DS Mario Kart Circuit. I selected Metal Mario since the castle in this one looks a lot like the Nintendo 64 castle where we first saw Metal Mario. For Waluigi Stadium, we picked Lemmy Koopa. No! Just kidding. It's Waluigi. The Singapore Speedway, I selected the pink Inkling Girl. Singapore's high rises feels like a good place to have a Splatoon match. On to the Feather Cup. We go to Athens Dash. I've selected Breath of the Wild Link since Hyrule and Breath of the Wild has a lot of ancient Grecian looking architecture, and the goddess statue in Athens Dash match well with the Hyrule statues. Daisy Cruise. I've selected Baby Daisy. For Moonview Highway, I've selected Bike Outfit Pauline. For Squeaky Clean Sprint, I've selected the female villager This course reminds me of a room that you could make in Happy Home Designer. All little cute items remind me of things you could earn and place in your house in Animal Crossing. Next is the Cherry Cup, Los Angeles Laps. I've selected the dark blue Inkling Boy. I feel like his summery squirt gun type aesthetic fits in well with the boardwalks and beaches of Los Angeles, and the urban Los Angeles area is a perfect place to have a Splatoon match. GBA Sunset Wilds. I picked Yellow Shy Guy for this one since he's seen camping on the track. Koopa Cape, Koopa Troopa. Vancouver Velocity, one of my hardest levels. Kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel when I picked this, but I went with White Birdo. The only real justification is it is more snow and icy themed, and Birdo's coloring looks really good in the hockey stadium portion of this. And coloring also kind of looks like the Canadian flag, so there's that. Moving on to the Acorn Cup, we have Rome Avanti. Picked Larry Koopa since he is in Rome and Mario is missing. For the GameCube DK Mountain, I've selected Donkey Kong. The explosive downhill sprint with the boulders just really looks good with Donkey Kong. For Daisy Circuit, I've selected Daisy. I selected for Piranha Plant Cove, PD Piranha, since he's the only Piranha-based character in this game. On to the Spiny Cup with Madrid Drive. This one was a little challenging, but I finally settled on Roy Koopa, since there's a painting of him in the art gallery. For Rosalina's Ice World, I selected Baby Rosalina. The pavilion observatory vibe, it looks very amusement park-like to me. I think that goes better with Baby Rosalina over her adult self. Bowser Castle 3. For this one, I selected Dry Bones. Dry Bones is first seen in Bowser's Castle, almost exclusively in the old games, and it's fitting for him to be here again. Mario Kart Wii, Rainbow Road. For me, I felt Rosalina in her original dress, well, it fits this one very well. She came out during the Wii. You could unlock her if you had Mario Galaxy data on your file, if you played Mario Kart, and there are star bits and launch stars. It's very Mario Galaxy themed. Now for the battle course matchup list. Unlike the previous list where I would match up a single character with a single course, I've decided to match two characters up who will be fighting on this battle course. The first contenders on Battle Stadium are Mario versus Bowser. This course is very Mario Kart themed. It has a large statue of Mario. Fitting these two rivals should fight in the arena. Our next matchup will be at Luigi's Mansion. Luigi versus King Boo. Our third fight will be at Sweet Sweet Kingdom, Princess Peach versus Princess Daisy. I selected these two due to the kingdom princess kind of background, but also the cute pink girly aesthetic of this level. Our fourth battle will be at Woohoo Island, Pauline versus Donkey Kong. This was a tough choice. I wanted two characters that would make sense to fight each other, but also who could fit the level well, and I did not want to pick too many characters. Woohoo Island is often featured in Nintendo games, kind of a normal city, and Pauline and Donkey Kong originally came from a normal real-world location, so I figure it wasn't too offensive. Our fifth battle will be at Battle Course 1, Baby Mario versus Baby Luigi. Sibling rivalry is often seen between Mario and Luigi. Battle Course 1 has a very kiddie play place vibe. The sixth battle is on the Lunar Colony. Here we have Kamek versus Rosalina. They are both seen in space often, and it makes sense for them to fight each other compared to other characters. They both have that magical bathrobe wearing aesthetic. The next head-to-head will be at Dragon Palace between Baby Bowser and Yoshi. Both these fire-breathing characters match the dragon aesthetic, and these two are often seen fighting each other in their own games. The final entry in this video is Urchin Underpass with You Know It, Lemmy versus Waluigi.
Waluigi time!
It's the blue Inkling boy and the orange Inkling girl. Of course, who else would fit here? Thank you so much for sticking around to the end and watching my video. I had a lot of fun making it. What inspired me to make this was based on conversations I used to have with my little brother when we were kids. We'd spend hours talking about those levels or places and games and imagine like, oh, who would live here or who would work there or that kind of thing, and look at the silliest things. So I thought it'd be fun to make a video that kind of wrapped up and talked about those kind of things. If you'd like to see more content like this or funny videos or lists, you can follow me at Dubious Stew on TikTok and YouTube. Thanks again for watching this. God bless you and have a wonderful day.